Hey, thank God it's Friday and welcome to the last pre-market video for the week. I do this every week. The video goes out by 9:30 a.m. West African time. Essentially, why I share my thoughts on how I think today's trading session would shape out. Before we get right in, please like, share, subscribe. Thank you to everyone who's been doing so. By doing so, you help to grow the channel, help with the YouTube algorithms and all that. And it just pushes the overall goal for me for this channel, which is to just make sure that just help out in my own way, in my own do my own bit, just provide some color about what's happening in equity markets in Nigeria. And eventually going to expand to other markets. I should have a video out sometime tomorrow where I'm going to be looking at some Kenyan banking numbers as well. So this is just let's just take markets, bring markets to the streets, if I can use such a term. As always, please note that content is not trading or investment advice. They're not stock picks. They're not trading signals. These are just my views on the market. You don't have to go with it. You can have a totally different view. In no way, shape, or form is it investment advice. Looking for investment advice, go sit down with someone who does that and all that. So please do your own research, do your own due diligence, crunch your own numbers. That way you'd learn better. And criteria for my watch list: price and volume movements, corporate actions. Corporate actions are simply announcements by firms. So it could be about anything: new management, fundraising in the works, new products, board meeting coming up for anything. So as long as there's any key information that is disclosed by a firm that is of interest to me, then it puts it on my watch list. Starting off with Presco. What I'm going to be looking out for Presco is, will there be market reaction following details of his plans right issue? With the stock pricing impending dilution immediately? Dilution simply means you have more shares, your earnings per share should drop. So with that, the share price should drop. I was working out some rough numbers yesterday, and in my view, I think if you work out the dilution, because the additional shares are going to raise via the rights issue, in my view, I just think it's going to be maybe 10-20% more shares, depending on what will be the final price. But if you work out those numbers, ideally, stock should kind of be trading around the maybe 1,000, 1,112 mark. So, and please go check out the statements on the NGX there, where they say, look, we're going to be seeking shareholders' approval or they're going to essentially get shareholders to ratify their acquisition of GOPC. It's a Ghanaian oil palm firm. And they're also going to seek shareholders' approval to acquire Saro Oil Palm. Saro is a subsidiary of SEAT and all that. And so the details are there. Some numbers is there. Not enough color for the case of Saro as well, but GOPC being a big firm, having been around for a while, you see enough color. And you can work out your numbers. There's enough data to chew on and see where I think the stock should be trading at. So I'll be watching if markets will react to that. Insurance sector has been in and out, literally always been in the news last couple of trading days. I'd say since last week. To yesterday, Universal Insurance, ICO, Linkage, Mutual Benefits, and Regency Alliance, all insurance firms, all traded large volumes. Now, large volumes could be a either a buy or a sell. So, because obviously, in fact, on every transaction, you have someone buying and, of course, someone selling. So the question is, where is the momentum coming from? Is it on the buy side or sell side? It's hard to say. It's hard to say. I probably need to go check the terminal and shout out to the InfoWare team. They had a webinar yesterday, and if you're not following that handle, do so. You should also check out the platform as well. So big shout out to them. They make my work quite easy. And Ella Lakes traded large value yesterday. This should actually be value and not volume. So let me see if I can minimize this and amend, because I know some people choose to read. So it was one of the most actively traded stocks um, yesterday. Traded large value of shares yesterday. Can I spell that? Type in uh, very soon I'd start to move off yeah, okay. Yes, this is about it. So I can go back to my big screen. So Ella Lakes traded a large value of shares yesterday, 1.7 billion worth of shares. I mean, Ella has been last 1 month, I would say. Ella has been in the news. Stock had a bull run. I think a couple of weeks ago or months ago. Was trading around 3, 4 naira. So popped to 10 naira, popped to 12, came back to 7. I think yesterday, where the Ella Lakes closed at yesterday, I think it closed at probably either what 17 or 18 naira. Let me just confirm. Ella, oh, 15 naira and 90 kobo. So it dipped yesterday. So the stock has been up and down and all that. And usually for me, when I see large volume of shares, what I want to know, who's buying, who's selling, is it institutional, is it retail? I'd have to check the number. I suspect that very likely it's going to be institutional, because you're seeing 1.7 billion worth of shares traded. I mean, that's 90 what? 99 million shares traded. That's huge. Um, One way to confirm, and I think, let me see if I can fish out the numbers from one of the other firms I follow, is to see the number of transactions. The number of transactions will tell you if it's retail or if it is institutional. So for yesterday, Ella did what? Okay, huge number of trades actually. So it could be retail, because I'm seeing 1,986 trades. But as always, the thing is, you sometimes you can't pinpoint if the trades are by institutional, because you can see 1 billion shares traded, or you can see 10 million shares traded. Maybe 9 million is singular transaction, the remaining is retail. So I guess we'll just have to watch and see how it goes. And for more content, check out the Green Ticket Tales podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube Music. I should have, in by the time this episode is up, I would have a episode. I share my thoughts on the charms rights issue and all that, and just letting people know how my thoughts on the offer and the firm as a whole. And you can find the podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube Music. Content also coming up on the website. More than overdue for that as well. Any questions, you can drop in the comment section or send an email to info@greenticketales.com. So thank you for watching, and see you at market close.